Britney Spears has had a year and a half of freedom since the conservatorship ended. And there are big problems.
I'm mortified.
Her marriage to Sam in deep trouble.
Britney got physical with Sam.
People closest to her feared for her safety.
An alarming recommendation.
Keep knives away from her.
New TMZ special gives an inside look at the challenges Britney Spears has faced since a judge ended the 13-year conservatorship, which controlled her life. Kevin sat down with Harvey Levin for a sneak peek at the documentary, and this morning he's joining us live from New York. And Kevin, I would like to say that people are shocked, but I don't know if people are going to totally be shocked at this. There were a lot of people that didn't necessarily think that ending the conservatorship was maybe the best thing for Britney.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, I spoke to Harvey Levin, as you mentioned. This is the new TMZ Investigates, which will be premiering tonight right here at 9 o'clock right here on Fox. And it's obviously, as you mentioned, TMZ Investigates Britney Spears, The Price of Freedom. And I spoke to Harvey Levin about this, how Britney's been doing since the end of the conservatorship, but also how her relationship is with her husband, Sam, and as well. So here's my interview with with Harvey Levin for the new TMZ Investigates Britney Spears special airing tonight at 9 p.m. Take a look. I was just wondering, from your perspective through this, how would you say life is for Britney post the conservatorship?
Life is rocky. It is rocky. There have been things that really have improved for her. And, I'm really talking kind of about the simple things that, she's talked about just being able to, go out and, go to a Starbucks when she wants to, go to an ATM machine. There are things that she wasn't able to do freely during the conservatorship that she can do now, and that means a lot to her. That said, look, she has a mental illness. And, everybody knows that. That's why she went into the conservatorship in the first place. And a lot of doctors have evaluated her. And that doesn't just go away. And she has been struggling with this to the point where, Sam, her husband, and others in her life very close to her tried to stage an intervention a few months ago where they had rented a house near her home where she was going to live and get help for a couple of months. That failed because somebody blocked it. But it is that bad, or has been that bad. And look, there have been things that she's allowed to do now that have been problematic for a lot of people. She is addicted to caffeine, which is a very common thing with people with a mental illness. Right. It's not great because what it does is it creates a kind of a manic personality in people who have this kind of disease. And she is, fully in with, Red Bull and all of these other, coffee and Celsius and things like that. More alarming is at the end of the conservatorship, there were a series of recommendations that were issued. And she doesn't have to follow them. One of them was keep knives away from her. Britney has a fascination with knives, and she actually slept with one under her bed from time to time. She was always afraid of being reinstitutionalized.
In terms of her family, is she talking to her family at all? And where is her marriage on the rocks at all with Sam, or what's going on there?
Well, look, things are not great. She has not seen her kids in more than a year. Her, family in Louisiana, her mom or dad or sister, just no contact at all. So she's very much alone in that respect. The marriage it's in a bad place. And, and we get into that in the special. So, there's not a lot in her life that's stable right now, and there really isn't kind of that group around her that is trying to make her better and stable and all. Not that people are uncaring. It's just very difficult because of she has been very angry and pushed people away. There have been a lot of issues with Sam, and he is not around much at all because it's just been so difficult. We get into all of that in the documentary.
All right, that was Harvey Levin. As we mentioned, TMZ investigates Britney Spears. The Price of Freedom will premiere tonight right here on Fox 5 at 9 p.m. Definitely check that out. Let us know your thoughts on the documentary. You can use hashtag GoodDayDC. Coming up at 10:15, I'll be talking to Sylvester Stallone and his entire family, including his beautiful 3 daughters, his wife, Jennifer Flavin Stallone as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll have that coming up at 10:15. He also has a very special message that he gave me for Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I talked to the day after I did that interview. So we'll have that coming up as well.
All right, Kevin, thank you.